What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Steve Cullen, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a camera from the past. It's a Nikon D60 from 2008. Now this is a 10 megapixel camera with a CCD, not a CMOS sensor in it. So we're going to be testing it out with a 35mm F1.8 full frame lens on it. So I've already taken some photos with this over the past week, so I'll put them up on screen, but we're also going to be testing it on a 70-300 lens as well. So let's get started. Now, just found out something interesting with this lens. This is the 70-300 AFP Nikon lens. Now, when I went to take a photo, it wouldn't until I switched on to manual. So the autofocus part of it won't work with this camera body. But anyway, I'll switch it on to manual focus and manually focus some shots around here and see how they turn out. They're still going to turn out really well. It's just that I can't autofocus on it. So we'll see how good my skills are with manual focus on this old camera body. So just another update on using this 70-300. I've just switched it to manual focus, but it won't even I can't even manual focus it. So I'm not too sure why. Whether maybe it's just it's a newer type lens and there's no connection between camera and lens, I'm not sure. But we'll go back to the 35mm lens and take some more images with that one, because those are the only two lenses I've got with me at the moment. So back to the 35mm and we'll take some more images with that. Future Steve here. Now the reason why this 70-300 lens won't work on this Nikon D60 is it's because it's incompatible, meaning this one here is a focus by wire and this 35mm lens is mechanical focus. So that's the reason, because like this lens here is, this lens came out in 2017, this camera body came out in 2008. So yeah, it's just not compatible. Some of the later model DSLRs are compatible with this lens, but not this one. So all the images will be on the 35mm lens. Now while I'm at it, I just had a few notes about this particular camera, and like I say, it's a D60, come out in 2008. It's a 10 megapixel CCD image sensor, not a CMOS sensor as in pretty much all the digital cameras nowadays. The ISO range was from 100 to 1600, plus it had a high mode as well, but I have taken a couple of images with it at 800 and 1600 and they're pretty noisy. It has one card slot, one SD card slot, UHS 1 up to 32 megabytes, no, up to 32 gigabytes. And it has 3 autofocus points in it, so it's pretty basic. So it still works pretty well, as you'll see by the images up on screen throughout this video. It still produces pretty good images when you put a decent lens on it. Now I did take a couple of images with the 18-55 kit lens. I think the first one you would have seen up on screen was with that kit lens, and all the rest of them are with the 35mm. But I wanted to test it with a good lens rather than just the basic kit lens. So yeah, back to the video. Now this is just a couple of images I took at home of the Daphne bush and a couple of the ornaments we got on our wall. Now, when we went up the Port Hills, this is just some grasses that are grown on the rock face, and then took a photo out over Christchurch City itself with a bit of haze over the city. Now this footage here was taken on our Nikon Z50. It was just taken as normal 4K footage, sped up in post, sped up by 8 times, and just a little bit of a color grade in it. But I think the images are coming out of this Nikon D60 with the 35mm f1.8 appear to be pretty good. I mean, I've done a little bit of post-processing, but nothing that I wouldn't do to any of my other images from any of the other cameras we have. So I think they've held up pretty damn well for a camera that's 13 years old. So that's this week's video done and dusted. I hope you liked that little look back on an old DSLR from 2008. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.